wanted the intro of the video to be something so outlandish, so crazy that the viewer had to keep watching. I did still the no net at the bottom. I call it a net, or no, not no net, a net down there. That's why it says a net down there, because it's just a joke that we thought were funny. Listen, everything I'm about to say is 100% true, and if at any point I say anything that may be controversial, suspect, or too good to be true, and I don't have the evidence to back it up, then call me a liar, but I guarantee you that won't happen. Ever since I was a young kid, I always wanted to be famous, and it wasn't until in 2018 of November that I knew that I wanted to be a YouTuber. Sadly, it took me 4 years to realize that I actually suck. I'm really bad. I'm super cringe, and don't worry, because I am aware of this. But I know one thing, and that one thing is I'm good at editing, and I'm great at creating ideas for others. I was meant to be off camera rather than on, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is being taken advantage of. I was lied to, manipulated, and thrown away like a piece of garbage. Honestly, though, sometimes I kind of think that this was pretty genius. Like, how could a person so high in status be challenged by a person like me? It's like me going to Elon Musk and saying, well, he did this, he did that, and no one would ever believe me because I'm literally just a nobody. So I have Chris Tyson to thank for allowing me to have this platform to tell my truth. February 2nd, 2024, I went snowboarding like I normally do, and I got an email in which I thought was a scam. I mean, for real, look at this. Even you would do the same thing if you got a random email saying, Mr. Beast follow-up, when you didn't even remember reaching out in the first place. Whether that's true or not, I certainly don't remember reaching out to him. In my line of work, I work with big-name YouTubers, mostly in the sports niche, but it has its range. I've done videos for House of Highlights, Game Day, Zach TTG, Jesser, Papa Fan, and Not So Here, Jordan, and I currently edit for MMG. Not to mention I did do the 2022 NFL playoff commercials. So it's pretty normal to have people reach out to me because they see my work from other creators and all the other things I've done for them. So when I got this email, I decided to give it a chance. I responded to the email and then I proceeded to post a Facebook post because I'm so happy. Everything is dated to make sure this information is credible. It helps it set well with you. Pay attention these days. It's not premeditated, and I obviously had no idea Chris Tyson would be such a perv. So there's no way I would make these posts in advance of like some kind of trick. I also have decided to log into my actual Facebook and show my actual email rather than screenshots, so you know that it's not Photoshop. So on February 2nd, I posted, so I got a job offer from Mr. Beast today. Video call on Monday, wish you boy luck. Now let's go to the comments because I want you guys to be definitively sure that I didn't just make this post 26 weeks ago. All this is 26 weeks ago, and it would take a whole bunch of time to make all these fake people, and then to go in their profile and see that they're friends with the same people I'm friends with. I mean, what, 62 mutual friends, they going, you know, it's a little bit too much here, right? So I didn't. None of these are fake at all. This is my actual Facebook page. So that's the post I made on February 2nd. Now, I will go to my email, but for now, I really do want to show you this on Facebook, so I don't think keep going back and forth. So in the nutshell, before we get to all the details, Mr. Beast gave me a fake job, took me out there to work. I worked my butt off, took all my ideas, sent me home and told me to leave the job available, and then proceeded to not only do that, but then take my ideas still and then make a video. So that's what we're talking about a billionaire here. If you know Mr. Beast, you know exactly what we're talking about. And I can hang that line. My editing tool set, whatever you call it, all that stuff. I'm not even gonna be editing for the guy. I'm gonna be making ideas for him to make videos. I swear to God, that's what my job is. It's not editing, and that's what I got from our meetings was, you know, Mr. Beast genuinely passed me a piece of paper says, I live the world's most expensive beach or something. He gave me a thumbnail. It has a picture of him blowing up a tank. And it's my job to make a video. So that was February 8th. On February 13th, I went to the airport. It says, years of hard work has led me to this. My heart is pounding out of my chest. And you can see I'm flying to Raleigh, North Carolina. And after that, take a very quick look at what I posted. February 26th, nothing about Mr. Beast. April 19th, nothing about Mr. Beast. April 25th, May 3rd, May 9th, May 19th, nothing about Mr. Beast. And do you know why I didn't post anything about Mr. Beast from that time? It's because something went horribly wrong, and I was way too embarrassed and helpful about it. I made so much noise, such a fuss about me going to Mr. Beast's company, and then I just got screwed over. So I didn't post a single thing about that. Now, you guys I want to see the proof. I want to see the correspondence. I want to see everything that happens to you guys. I want that information. Well, I got it. So this is the first email I ever got from a guy named Dylan. I can't say his last name, so it will be blurred out through the rest of the video. But I just don't want to get on his personal PI information. So we're going to keep it on a first name basis. I'm just going to say Dylan. Dylan sent me an email and said the subject is to be small. Hey, thanks for submitting your info to our casting team to receive your submission at this time. We're fully casted for our current videos. That's not what we want to pay attention to. What we want to pay attention to is the second paragraph. Working at Mr. Beast, we are a collaborative first, and I was forward your submission. Don't know how I got it, but let's keep going. If you're interested, I would love to chat about your potential full-time or contract role work on Mr. Beast Creative Team. February 2nd, 2024, that he sent me the email. It was February 3rd, 2024, that he responded to the email. I wanted to make sure. I was like, oh crap, this actually might be a scam. Let me go back and do some research, and then the next day I'm like, you know what, I feel good about this. I don't have to post. So I was able to go ahead and reply to him confidently. Now, this email here is my very first, I guess, direct exploration on whatever. Basically,
find your center.
Being able to meet them for the very first time, like I said on my Facebook, and like I said before in the email, Monday, February 5th, 2024. My second call was not only with Dylan, but now it has Dylan, Hoodie, and someone named Kara, which I have never met. I've never once met Kara, so you won't hear anything about Kara in this video. And this took place on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was the second call. For another email also on February 7th, 2024, this was directly right after the call I had with Hoodie, Dylan, and Kara. And within that conversation, they basically told me that I needed to make a prompt. When I say prompt, let me just read it now. Hello, Tom. I'm here to come in for a vibe check. Vibe check means you come in for 2 days, see if you're good, see if you're a good worker, see if we're not going to be annoyed by you, and see if they can further along the process. If possible, we'd like to for you to come in for 3 days at some point next week. I've got a recruiting coordinator, Leslie, to see this email. She will help you figure out the days which you make it and handle your travel arrangements. Now, this is the most important email of all. What they want me to do is to do 2 video prompts. And try to find 2 video prompts. Make one that inspires you the most. And document and write out how you envision. Really let your creativity flow and assume everything is awesome. So each of these prompts, one of them is the world's most dangerous trap room, and the other is 24 hours to spend $1 billion. I went the world's most dangerous trap room because spending $1 billion in 24 hours just seems kind of boring and, quite frankly, linear. I have more creativeness than that. That's just not something I want to do. And then, like I mentioned before, this is Leslie sending me an email. Thanks, Ty. Are you getting a flight on Tuesday? Be on office Wednesday through Friday, fly back on Saturday morning. Of course, I said yes, and she gave me all my travel info. So now we're gonna get into like the more just deep into details here. So, like I said, if I don't show proof, don't assume that I'm telling the truth. If I don't show proof of everything that I'm saying, assume that I'm literally lying about everything that I'm saying. Okay? So in that email, it did say I realized that the footage was kind of cloudy when it comes to OBS screen, so I will put screenshots of those messages up there. In the email, it did say that it had 2 prompts. The 2 prompts was something about spending $1 billion in a day, 24 hours, and the other one was the world's most dangerous trap rooms. So we're taking a look right here. I put the prompt and it said the world's most dangerous trap room. And in my intro, I have PT hallway, I have the elevator, I have the swinging glass challenge, I have blood thirst, and I have ball games. And within these things in my prompt, I do have like variations. So the first one, I see the variations over here. Underneath the elevator, I wrote one thing. The only thing was to escape the elevator before reaching the top floor, and the alarm falls out beneath you. But I also have a second variation. Get lock tool through chain in the wall. Roll to the same extent the elevator moves a little faster. The chain object lock tool to unlock the locks in the room, and the elevator moves to the top. So you ever play those games where it's like a little plastic thing that springs all over the paint, and you get to move that ball? Well, essentially that's where I live in this video, except you chain to the thing, and you gotta move the ball through the grooves with the key that has a key on it. So you can reach one lock, and there's blocks in each 4 corners of the elevator. So when you get this lock, you gotta go to the next one, and now you gotta take this lock out, and then like that, so you gotta escape the elevator. If you don't, the whole thing is close to the ground. That was a pretty dope idea, right? So I did that, but I also made 2 of them, make a variation of it. So also here in Squid Game, that was another thing I just wanted to make a different variation of what was already done, and I did that. That was part of my pitch. Now we'll just keep going now because I think this And the second variation of the Squid Game, a Squid Mario style floating obstacle course. Instead of using floating blocks, which is impossible, we'll use floating rack course to provide 4 cranes. Floating rack course will be the air. Each section of the obstacle course will change depending on the distance made. Start from one platform to another to advance. Safety harness will be eliminated due to the net underneath the platform. Now, with that, so we have an idea that I wanted to do. So I want to talk a little bit more about my experience of
him having that many kills on
Mr. Beast warehouse.
I thought that was the last stop. That last stop.
I've never signed an NDA. In all my emails and all my correspondence and all my text messages, I have never once ever signed an NDA. But what I think what they're doing, there is an iPad as soon as you get to the warehouse, as soon as you walk in, and you have to sign in. And they ask you things like your first name, last name, email address, all that, phone number, and stuff like that. And I have a very, very, very high suspicion that when you sign your name in there, you sign in, I think you're also signing an NDA. They don't come out and say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That's something that I can do. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying I'm thinking because I don't think it's seen by them because like I said earlier, I'm a nobody. Anyways, I get to the warehouse and they have multiple different studios. Studios that have workshops where you work at creative, thumbnail, editing, ideation, all these things, right? So they take me to, for legal purposes, for legal reasons, I will say Studio 1, creative. I go to Studio 1, whatever, it's alright. We're working on the video. We're doing the, in 10 minutes, like the actual 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, the video explodes. And this building explodes. I worked on that for a little bit. It wasn't really feeling it. Wasn't really my jam. We went out. I will post a video on here of me working on a little thing challenge for that. It wasn't really my jam. It wasn't really that good at all either. If I'm being honest. So I went to the next one. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over the place. This is actually the second day of being here. The first day I spent my entire day in my hotel, which was boring, but for whatever reasons, I couldn't go in the first day, so I spent the first day in my hotel. The second day is when I was starting going to these workshops. I was to go to a different studio. We'll say Studio 2. And I'm working on a video.
So I think
the video's name. It was another one that had nothing to do with anything. Anyway, I go for the whole day, I'd say a good portion of the day, about 5 hours. So around like 2 o'clock p.m., there's a guy named Hoodie. Also one of the emails earlier, and he's like, and when it comes to chain of command, I think he's third in chain of command.
How the fuck you got attacked via defense?
Jackson, the head writer, and Hoodie. And Hoodie's in charge of all these things. I actually had my vibe check call with Hoodie. I had my second call with Hoodie. I was in contact with Hoodie and Leslie, the coordinator, and everything was going through Hoodie. The guy's great. He's a great guy. He took care of me. He really gave me great information, great feedback. So as I'm going through this video, I want you guys to remember, I'm not attacking these people, I'm attacking the company. Because whatever happens with the company is a reflection of Mr. Beast. It's not a reflection of the people who are doing things like what they're doing. Your company is a reflection of what it fits. It doesn't matter who does it. If your company's ran that way, it's a reflection of you. You guys take responsibility here. So I do my pitch, and Hoodie said, you know what? I want you to go shadow some people for the rest of the day. I want you to go work with this team and see how you can contribute to them. So let's break down the positions in the resource company. You have C1. C1 is the head person of that department. So you're Studio 1, C1. So there's Creative Studio 2, there's a C1. Creative Studio 3, C1. And Ideation Studio 1, C1. Ideation Studio 2, same thing. They're just different platform. And then within that, there's C2 and C3. I assume C2 is like the person who born in between. And I know C3 is like the bench of the company. They just write notes. They don't do anything. They just write notes. Whatever is said, they take those 3 minutes. They forget about it. They're like the of that department. Let's just get through that what he told me to go to, and there were one of those 2 systems. Now, I don't know what goes with that. There's only a C3 and then a C2. And C1's name was C3. The C3, and we talked for like 30 seconds. I don't even know what his name was. And we wrote a video called The World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course. And it's a this is where you're gonna find out why.
That's fucking bullshit.
To tell you everything, we're working on the video, World's Most Dangerous Obstacle Course, and I want to show
that's,
some videos.
Bro, that's why I don't fucking. I'm not gonna keep playing this game, bro. This game is fucking corny.
Get sued
Like, the way people play and the advantages people have is corny. He gets no punishes for any of his things. He gets no punishes. He just gets to swing, 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 swing. And there's nothing you could do.
Just gotta relax and go with the flow.
Right here. Team always familiar.
It's going back to fucking be a pussy.
I pitched to hitting hoodie. This is what I pitched to hoodie. And I did variations there. And I really said my variation was crazier than like 500. So this is one of the most dangerous obstacle course. So C1 has been working this with me and the other guys on the stage. And we're working on it. As you can see, the intro, the book, the money engine, right here, we're looking at this is the most important part. So I saw her brainstorming moves. I'm like, dang, okay, instead of problem, we'll take you some trap. This is perfect. I can do this. This is exactly all the obstacle course, so I can kind of use my idea with this. I mean, if you've got these ideas, whatever, it doesn't matter. The one thing that I want that the books is all at the bottom. It says Mario, but it says Mario. Mario is my idea. I was inspired by Mario because my kids love the Mario movie. They love so much they named my dog Mario. Mario. Good boy. This is Mario. My dog. I know Mario because they love the Mario. They love the movie Mario so much. So I was inspired by that. And I think I put that in my plot as well. Let's see Mario, they have the floating blocks. And I wanted to see how I could make an obstacle course with those floating blocks. I thought about it, and I realized it's just impossible to make floating blocks in the air. I don't know how you would do it. Logistically, it's just not working physically. I don't think it would work either. So I came up with the deal with the trellis neck. I came up with the deal with the truss. Take a look at this picture right here. So this was my idea here. I wanted to make an obstacle course in the air, like incorporate with the Mario idea. Somehow do that. This is the picture that I could for this idea. And I realized that, you know what, I could do the floating blocks, so I wanted to make sure I could do it another way. So I had an idea of a trellis with 4 pretty toted up, and I wouldn't be able to go across it. That was just the first section of it. Because if you look a little bit more to the right of this picture, there's like a helicopter guy hanging from a ladder, and there's a platform here. 1, 2, and 3. There's a platform right there. That was just the first section of it. I want the intro of the video to be so outlandish, so crazy that they just have to keep watching. I just did the no net at the bottom. I call it a net. Or no net. I call it a net down there. That's why it says a net down there, because it's just maybe what's funny. We get to that with other tag videos. I just figured why not? It makes such much of a better video. So I pitched this idea, and they absolutely love it. So when it came down to our meeting later that day, so we were there for hours and hours and hours. Like I said, there were Mr. Beast, Tyler, Jackson, the head writer, and Jackson was there after the meeting at 9 o'clock at night. The meeting goes all the way to midnight. They say at the very end, we're going to need some good people on deck on this. We're going to need the help with anything. Does anyone have anything that's going to help us with this? And I told them my idea. I just brought up every single thing, not just this idea, but the rest of the video. They loved it. The budget was originally $1.7 million. That intro alone costs $1.7 million. Just the intro alone. And the reason why I didn't want to bring it up immediately was only because if the budget was $1.7 million, and I'm here to prove myself, can't start with going by over budget. Say, well, it would work because who they're going to trust? You're going to trust someone that works with it for months, weeks, years, or you're going to trust some guy like me that just flew here a couple of days ago. So it was a little risky, but they loved it. We stayed to midnight. They freaking loved it. Got a bag. Jackson was excited. Hoodie was excited. The only person who wasn't excited was a C1 that I kind of stepped over because, like they say in the company, it don't matter if you're C1, C2, C3. C3 could be a C2. C2 could be a C1. C1 could be a C3 by tomorrow. All right, so at this point, I pitched my idea. They loved it. They set the date. They set the location, and they have a new content for this video. And everything's great. I'm so happy. I text all my friends. I call everyone. I'm like, yeah. And also, everything on that, I'm feeling great. I got a verbal confirmation that I was good to go. Everything was perfect. Everything was perfect until I got home. Until I got home, it was perfect. Start that now. unfortunately, we decided not to move forward with the candidacy at this time. We really appreciate you coming out and fighting with us. We will continue to forward because the feature of timing is required by the rest of the seats. So at first, I was like, you know what? Maybe that's true. Then I started thinking about living more. So I didn't let it bother me. I didn't want to let it bother me. So I said, hey, Dylan, that's what here. I appreciate the opportunity. Maybe another time, like you said, maybe a man asked me to present myself poorly or wrongly anyway. Also, I see my receipts talking about my dog because I have played that.
Yeah, you sure?
So now the information, it said, hello, sorry, not rub anyone the wrong way or continue so poorly. We're going through reorganization of the team and are limited on roles we have open for teams. I appreciate you sending a receipt, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. This is where I started to say, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Stay dead this time.
Not a single word until I saw this on Twitter. Just uploaded the most insane video ever done. Go watch. Take a look at this picture. Take a good, hard look at this picture. Does that remind you of anything you've seen so far? Does it remind you of anything you've seen? Close. Or does it look like the exact same thing that I did? The exact same thing that I fixed. Everything. She got paid for that. Zero. They didn't pay a single dime. This man, this company, his employees, not only took the time to get to exploit me, to let me work for them under the false pretenses of a job that wasn't, you know, that they weren't available or able to give at the time. Yet they had 80 people in and out. On my second day, it was like a different than I saw the day before. They were on every day. My last day was their first day. You're trying to tell me you didn't have any position. You didn't have any position at all. If you had all these people that didn't want to do it, it's my idea. Say, you know, standpoint, you could.
Stay dead this time.
Billionaire. YouTube. I'm saying someone who didn't work. How hard is it to compensate someone for their ideas that make you? It make me feel. We're all watching YouTube for the same exact reason. Stop with that.
Point to red.
You take their ideas and send them home. You give people false hope. You take their dreams from them. You take everything about them. Their creativeness, their fucking imagination. Imagination. I'm sorry, I get worked up right now. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. Do that when everything on media, it just kind of shows issues. This shows the true nature, your character, who you are. This seriously is happening. This is a part one that will shock you. And I don't want to get to the point where I have to do part two. And I really hope this goes on a lot of things that might get me sued. So I'm working on something right now. I know this may sound really crazy because, you know, I'm asking for money. That's basically what I'm doing for the space. I want them to pay me. He owes me this money. He owes me this. You can't just keep doing this to people. You can't do this. So I'm asking you guys, you believe everything that I've said. You're like, you know what? I like the truth. I like what I saw. I want to help this guy out. Help me out. I want to try to go fund me. We worked too hard to be stomped on by these guys. To be trampled by these people in power. And there is one that this from anybody. This me. I'm just doing anything. So please, what you're doing. And let's just hope I don't do it. I am, though. Actually, I have so much more proof to go to. I have text messages. I have everything. Let's get it.
Even though cops are supposed to uphold the laws, it's always a spectacle when they're the ones getting called out by the very people they're meant to protect. Just like this first officer, who was all about abusing his power until he met his match.
Ma'am, I would also use a little bit of de-escalation, because you came in kind of hot.
On Monday, August 9th, 2021, an independent journalist, Sean, peacefully exercised his First Amendment right to film in public in Larchmont, New York. He was confronted by the Larchmont Police Department. They ignorantly told Sean it was against code to film in public, and the repercussions were an arrest via a DAT desk appearance ticket.
How you doing today? No, I don't need any help. Who are you? I work here. You work here? Oh, okay, thanks. You work here? Yeah. Well, what's your name? Fine. Who are you? Oh, no, you came up to me. I'm just asking. There's no sign making this private. This is public property here, right? You're not gonna tell me who you are? I would just like to know who I spoke to since you work for the police department here. Yeah, I work here. You're a detective? Can I get your name? I just looking for your name. That's all. I mean, yeah, and I'm just wondering what your name is. That's all, really. Just because you talked to me, and I like to know who I spoke with, especially because you're a police officer making contact with me. So, again, I would like to know who I spoke to since you are a police officer who made contact with me, a detective. So, if I can get your name and shield number, I would appreciate it. Can I get your name? Well, no, I'm a member of the public, and I don't want to have to identify myself to you. But as a public employee, you should identify yourself to the public. That's all. Just because I didn't come up to you asking you what your name was randomly. You made contact, and I just want to know. I don't see what's the big deal. It's public information, right? But you keep wondering that, I've answered that question, but I keep wondering what's your name so I can know who I spoke to. And you're not giving me your name. I don't understand why wouldn't you? Unless you identify yourself to me, you're lying. I don't know you're a police officer. Just because you have a gun on your hip, that doesn't mean you're a police officer. Anybody can put a gun on you. I'm not the one carrying a gun. There's a difference. If I was carrying a gun, I'm sure you'd want to know who I was, right? Is that not fair? You would. Alright, well, I'm going to keep on about my business, alright?
A detective approached him after observing him for a while to understand what he was doing. The detective hesitated to reveal his name despite being asked multiple times.
So we got the license plate over here. Hey,
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
no, I don't need any help. Can I get your name and badge number, though? I can't get your name and badge number, man? I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story, man. I don't want to release that information until it's published. Man, can I, that's not true.
Would you say so myself?
Can I show you the signs? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not parking, man. I'm walking. Man, I would have to use a little bit of de-escalation. You came in kind of hot. This is public property. That doesn't mean what law means not freedom of the press. This is not fenced up. No, you literally just lied. That's not what that sign says. There is no fence here. The First Amendment gives me the right to film public. If you're going to be enforcing code on me, I would like to know the code, please. But you're telling me that
Match point to blue.
yeah. According to a code. Okay, and you cannot articulate what code that is. Okay, so are you giving me a lawful order to leave?
Match point to red.
On public property. Okay, I did. Yeah.
Man, I'm awesome.
Where are you getting that information from, sir?
Eat it!
What are you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Trusted victim.
Shall be conducted on public property without prior approval of the building on
Okay.
That's interesting, because it's public property. But that's interesting. I mean, I'm not doubting your code that you're reading.
Perfectly predictable.
approval by the Village of Larchmont Board of Trustees.
That code is completely unconstitutional.
It's the village code. Village boards are
Been looking for an excuse to try my new stuff out. I guess you'll
Man,
do.
freedom of press means that there's no restrictions on it. I won't go in there. I will be going in there. I will. I will be going in there. I will. This is definitely not your property. This is the public easement.
This officer came in hot, using a village code to infringe on Sean's First Amendment rights, a code that holds no people standing. It's baffling that the officer truly believed this village code could supersede the Constitution. She is in dire need of serious re-education.
No, they can have a code, but if they can't have a code that violates the Constitution that you took an oath to, man. But the number one code you follow is the Constitution. You didn't take an oath to the codes. I understand, but you didn't take an oath to the. I'm not even in your parking lot. No, this is the easement. We're on that right now.
Eat it! Time for plan B.
I can't even believe no words coming out of your mouth. Me too. I'll definitely be touching that code. It's unconstitutional. Ma'am, respectfully. Ma'am, I'm definitely on a public sidewalk right now. So if are you telling me you're gonna arrest me if I? Okay. Yeah. You've been nice that you got here. I understand that. So I would invite you to write me up on the code, man. I would invite you to do that because it's unconstitutional.
Hey, here's something no science can
It's
measure.
unconstitutional, and I would invite you to write me up on it. I am not even on those topics. They technically belong to the people, man. I'm gonna try to make split here. It's not against you, it's against that code, and I'm gonna continue to film when I can speak from public. Now, I'm not gonna stop doing that, because this is unconstitutional. And I'm gonna stick up for what I believe in here. I believe in the Constitution, I believe in freedom of press.
The officer is visibly agitated when Sean refuses. Watch as she first claims it's private property, then backtracks and calls it public. It's a clear example of police overreach, where they think they're above the law and can do as they please.
This is tyranny. Run away from here without any sort of repercussion for me. Because she's a tyrant, she's trying to violate her rights, threatening me with privilege codes, simply being on public property. So I'm inviting her to do it. I'm inviting her to violate her rights, and there will be legal action taken if she does. These officers right here on the road.
Went to red. Trusted victory.
Very good.
That penal officer is not fit to be in law enforcement. What a clown. Such behavior makes it difficult to trust anything a cop says, whether in or out of court.
The expenditure tax to the water department.
You got business in here? You got business in here? You need something? You got something in here? You need something?
Who are you?
I'm the maintenance guy. I asked you, you got business in here?
What does the maintenance guy have to do with me, my business?
Because if you're not in, you don't have no business. You don't go in the building.
I got.
You don't have any
I
business.
don't want to. Can you calm down? Can you calm down and step away?
Even the maintenance guy thinks he has power. He's what they call a lawful representative or something. He has the power, believe it or not, to trespass people from the property, just because he happens to work there.
I just had a code about. I had a question about a code that was recited by a sergeant of Larchmont Police Department, saying that I needed permission to film. Yeah, I wanted to talk to somebody about that.
Okay.
Because I think it's in direct violation of the U.S. Constitution with freedom of press. I'm an investigative journalist.
Why don't you review the code online?
Yeah.
Interpretation. Schedule a time to come in and we can talk about whatever you feel you need.
Yeah. Can I schedule a time now to come back?
Sure, you can see if Brian has a calendar open. Sure.
Okay, great. I'd love to sit down and talk. I don't need to provide credentials of anything. We all have freedom of press, and I'm just gathering content to disseminate to the public. Just like I've been told the sergeant already, if it's against the code, I would like to be charged with that code, so that way I can take this up in the proper channels, which is the courtroom. Yeah, right. That code
Look at all
The sergeant is confusing movie-making permits with freedom of the press, displaying plain ignorance. The code is intended for production crews, which is why it costs $2,000 a day and requires insurance. It states that productions, whether commercial or educational, need a permit. The sergeant's misapplication of the code is evident. Even the department acknowledges this. Sean was once again successful in carrying out his right to film people in public. It takes some going back and forth with P-rank officers, but he gets the job done. If you thought schooling the sergeant was tough and short, you're about to witness a stubborn director getting educated for violation of rights.
Ranger. Okay, well, relax. Relax.
On March 31st, 2022, the independent journalist Sean went to the town of Irvington, New Jersey to peacefully exercise his First Amendment rights, freedom of press, at a public library.
Save that one.
Excuse me? Who are you? Who are you, sir? You're security of the library. And your company that you work for? You work for the government? You're down 6.
Point to
And your name?
red. Moron.
Oh, okay. There's nothing, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Reporting. Take pictures in the library, public library.
Also a great
That's
party
it.
trick.
The director? I don't know who the director is. Yeah. I don't know who the director is. Who are you? I didn't come up to you telling you what can I do.
This is a public place where people have to sign up. You didn't ask people. You can't do this.
What's your name, sir? Mr. Brown. I don't need anybody's permission to film in a public space. This is a public safe. Sorry. To be fair, this camera in the building, right? Yes. Did you ask my permission before you started the shooting?
So you have to leave.
So what makes my camera
You
different?
have to leave, sir. What makes my camera different?
The clown.
No, this is me.
Would you like me to wait for the police to come outside?
Yes.
I will wait for them here. What's the big deal, sir? There's nothing. I'm not filming anybody in particular. Like I said, you have cameras here. What's the difference? This is a public building. Is there a library director here?
Perfectly predictable.
That you're the library director, Mr. Brown? And do you have a policy against freedom of press in this library? This is a public library,
And
correct?
here,
The moment Sean enters the library, the director named Brown annoyingly comes up with his kind of fake policy.
I love the taste of mayhem.
In what way is that fair?
The library here? Yeah, it's another place.
Sure, for this.
The policy doesn't trump this. Wait, it doesn't, you don't need credentials, sir. We all have freedom of press. It's a right granted to us in the First Amendment.
You can't defend yourself.
On any medication.
Medication?
Yeah. Take any medication. I'm asking.
You took the medication?
Ah, boy.
Do you take any medicine?
Then you can by yourself and do it.
Yes, and I want to ask you to be because you're just standing here. You're standing.
I can do my story. I'm working on
Let's look into statement. It's usually a sign that they've run out of reasonable arguments. It's so embarrassing that she asked John about medication. She sounds like she's the one who might need some.
The first time I've been resurrected.
I'm not doing that for
Pointing red.
The cop seemed utterly perplexed by the situation, and her slow-moving argument was completely baseless.
If somebody breaks the law, creating a disturbance, loitering, things of that nature, I have authority to be. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, no problem. So if I go back to the that's it.
Mr. Frazier.
And your name, sir?
Mr. Brown was very adamant about his illegal policy, which he had completely fabricated.
Okay, can I see your name and pass? Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Let's get dangerous.
Okay, so I see what I can agree.
Let's get dangerous.
I already seek legal advice. If they have it written, then you have to obey. This is a public library.
Okay, so I want you to trespass me formally so I can take it up in the court. I can't take it up into the court. I want to be trespassed from the library. You saying so I can come in the library. That's what you're saying.
I don't want you to be at fault of anything. Now, that's not what we're here for. We're here to make sure that everybody is at peace and everything and the law is abided by.
This is not the law, sir. That is not the law.
Sergeant Jason Gonzalez arrived and respectively talked on behalf of Director's Policy. It seems like it's becoming hard for him to uphold the oath he took.
10%. I'll give you my name if you give me yours. I'm the citizen here. I'm the citizen here. I'll give you my name. I know. Because that's the job to be fair. That's the job that's chose, right? You chose to give yourself a name and have your name on the uniform. And I didn't choose that job. That's why I don't.
Oh, it's not so funny no more, is it?
I won't go down that easy. Always working on new material. Also a great
But like I said, I don't want that unless you suspect you committing a crime. That's the only reason why.
Say that one special.
Yeah.
The behavior of that female officer gives off strange vibes, as if she's just a random person in uniform. It's incredibly unprofessional.
Say that one special.
United States Constitution. Freedom of press. We all do. We have the right to defend officials, enforce their duties. We have the right to film in publicly accessible land. So, I don't want to have to ask like the land or for permission to conduct something that I have the right to do. Take this to which is not going I can't give you specific time, but I wouldn't. The library is so big. They only get so many pictures of the library, right? I have to get permission to do it. I don't you know, either way, like I said, either way, what is it that you guys just the library, like, somewhere, yeah, it's the first story that I'm working on. Sure.
Sergeant Jason really knows the truth deep inside, but why he's stuck in the middle of a usual policy and the law. But the sergeant really manages to keep both sides cool.
See, that's why you don't play around. You played around and you fucking lost the set. That's what you get. That's what the fuck you get. You played around and you lost the set, and I turned up on your ass. That's what you get. You gotta learn to stop being such an asshat. You gotta learn to not be such an asshat. You only did 155. You only got one ring out. That's why you don't play with people. You just win and you get the fuck on. That's exactly why you don't play with people. Because they will switch strategies, turn up on you, and then you'll find yourself getting your ass whooped. That's exactly what you get. And you a silver 5. You had a chance to beat a plat. You should have took it. Instead, you want to play around. And you got Joker. He already got a easy string that people use. You was using it. It was working. And you up there hiding and playing and acting weird, trying to taunt people, and you lost. Silver behavior. Because anybody who gold or plat or diamond, they're going to get their win and they're going to move on to the next thing. They're not going to sit around taunting people. Let that be a lesson for you. Let that be a lesson for you. For being a goofy your whole life instead of just winning. You 66%. You would have been 70%. You doing good. You've been winning all day. You beat a Finn, which is hard to do. You beat a Superman, which is hard to do. You was beating me, which is hard to do. And then you got to bragging and being weird. And then you lost. You got utterly humiliated on the second game. And that's what you get. YouTubers conducting a First Amendment audit are questioned by the supervisor. That's what you get. You brought it on yourself.
Now that's a personal request.
And you're not a bad player, but you're using an unbreakable string that people can't break. And you cheesing it, and you're getting your little statty stats, and you're getting your little winnie wins. Get your win instead of playing. Now you look stupid.
Let me tell you something. This is a public place.